Thank you.
Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Thank you. Because they were saying the moon and them. Because send the moon and them are getting after. That's right.
The wife of the governor of Anambra State, the most beautiful first lady in Nigeria, the woman whose heart flows with the milk of human kindness. Mama, no. Thank you, ma, for being here. Thank you very much. The executive governor of Anambra State, Your Excellency, welcome. Shall we please remain standing, please, for the national anthem?
The Board of Editors is made up of about between 20 and 30 people, editors, line editors, members of the editorial board. And in this particular meeting, we are nominating those who made marks in 2019. It is the nomination it's not just when we mention names, it is approved. No, there is always argument. And if you nominate somebody, you defend it, others will air their views. And if the meeting is convinced, we pencil the person down. That will be the first day. Then we will reconvene another day and look at those people that have been penciled down and do arguments. And then we meet for the third time and look at them. And finally, we ratify the names. And when this is going on, those we have nominated will not know. Nobody will talk to them until we have agreed, and then we will announce the winners of the Sun Award. Most of the people that have won will be maybe early morning and phone calls will wake them up. People who have read the news online will start calling them to say you have won the Sun Award. Then in the meeting, when the name of Her Excellency came up, surprisingly there was no argument. The meeting agreed that she has done a lot to be conferred with this award. That was remarkable because normally we argue and argue and argue, but everybody agreed that she merited the award. And I will tell this August gathering why she was chosen. Her Excellency's selection for this award was based on merit because of her immense support to her husband, His Excellency Governor Obiano, and her achievements in women and youth empowerment. Right from 2014, when His Excellency Chief Obiano assumed office as Governor of Anambra State, Her Excellency remained a formidable pillar to him. Through her support and empowerment program, she added verve to her husband's government, explaining why she is affectionately called Osudirebe. She has shown milk of human kindness in her conduct and action, which underline what she once said, and I quote, "Whenever and wherever life is touched, government has succeeded," unquote. As an advocate of the well-being of the family, she paid special attention to women, knowing that a boost in an average woman's economic status will ultimately lead to better life of society. 6 months after her husband came to power, she set up a non-governmental organization called the Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAF, on August 1, 2014. So far, no fewer than 5,000 women and youth have benefited from the initiative through skill acquisition programs and free startup capital for the beneficiaries to prove their mettle in entrepreneurship. By October 2019, CAF had built not less than 20 bungalows for some indigent widows in Anambra State. It must be noted that while handing over the keys of one of the buildings to a widow, Mrs. Regina Madoka at Umuru Village, Nobi, Idemirisa local government area, Her Excellency said, "It gives me joy to see poor widows smile because they now own decent bungalow," unquote. To address the problem of open defecation, Her Excellency has constructed scores of modern toilets with borehole in markets in the state. For this, the European Union and UNICEF made her the Water, Sanitation and Health Ambassador. Also, mentally challenged persons have benefited from CAF, as she has sponsored surgeries for more than 100 patients with cleft lip and palate issues. It is for these reasons and many others that the Board of Editors of the Sun Publishing Limited has chosen Her Excellency as the most supportive First Lady for 2019. The most supportive First Lady award is given to that governor's wife who has supported her husband's government by evolving a program that has added verve and thereby giving hope for a greater Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we chose Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano. It is my honor and privilege to please invite Her Excellency to receive this letter. First, this is letter stating why we chose her. Board and management of the Sun Publishing Limited, it is my honor and privilege to present to Her Excellency the letter stating why she was nominated for this award. Her Excellency.
the Lord, all ye righteous, for it becometh well the just, for it becometh well the just to be thankful. Praise the Lord with harp. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing praises unto him. Sing praises unto him. Sing praises unto him. Unto him with the lute and instruments of 10 strings. Praise the Lord with harp. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing praises unto him with the lute and instruments of 10 strings. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the Lord, all ye righteous. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the Lord, all ye righteous. She's just a wonderful person. A good person, a good support for her husband. You can't take advantage of Obiano if she's around. A lot of people wish she's not around when they go to talk to the government. But once you start talking, she will clip. Say hello, good evening. And they start saying, Talk now. You came to see the governor. So don't say the wife is blocking me. It's not blocking, she didn't say anything. She just supported her man. And that is the way it is. She's jealous of her man, she supports her man. She wants her man to succeed. She wants the governor to be the best. I know every wife wants that. And that's what she has done in Anambra State. And she's just an amazing person. Like I said, these are the type of things Reverend Fathers, bishops do. But you can see an ordinary woman, but she has a heart of gold, a good mother, a sweet person. Maybe because each time I visit her, I eat everything from popcorn to chicken to, I get bloated before I go home. And because she always asking you to eat something, even at 2 a.m. and that come. So I benefit a lot from what she's done. She's done it in my town. She's done it in many communities, building toilets. And that is something that I will not forget, because if she opens water, and also to be a lot of problem about every year can and all my So, Your Excellency, thank you for what you do. You should be celebrated, and she has been celebrated. And this award is a wonderful thing. I thank the Sun newspapers for recognizing something decent, something nice. And when you do this, people will learn from her. She's a good woman, she's a good mother, she's a good wife, and she's a good friend of some of us who are part of their administration as families, their support with the friends of the league. That's what we are, you know. So, I'm like one member like that. Some of them walk over and go away. They got one there. He said they like a but idiot. So, Darlon, thank you so much for all of you coming.
When I got the invitation 2 days ago to be here, I had already scheduled too many things this evening. But then, just for one thing, because I had a first glance information, first hand. I was involved myself. I had a boyhood friend. We grew up together, did everything together. They learned a business. I went into the seminary. They learned a business, was settled, began business, and the business was flourishing. All of a sudden, I heard that he has gone mad. We made concerted effort and brought him home. Along the line, he disappeared again. Now, people thought, 5 years after, people thought he was dead. The members of the family came to me one day and said, somebody told them that my friend is still alive. They discovered him somewhere in Lagos. And they brought the clip, what do you do with the WhatsApp and everything, they sent it to me. I looked at him, I said, this is my friend. And I called the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs, Didi Mezo, and I told her, is it possible? I understand that Osodeme is doing something for the mentally challenged. I felt particularly touched when I heard about that, another thing she was doing, because when I was in the United States of America, and recently, 2 years ago, I was also in New Mexico. I was also my friend, a son, I will call it son, the boy that grew up with me, he's running some of these homes. So I quickly called her and he said, look, the place is getting filled up, but they could give us opportunity. I quickly arranged and we brought him back from Lagos. And the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs said we could take him there, and we did. A month after, when he was coming back, I was calling them on phone, and I noticed the struggling he was having with the security people who took him and everything. Occasionally they would inject him. And then when I went to visit him, that was the day I worked. I went to his place at Interia, and he saw me and said, Bishop won them. I felt so sad that I acted too late. He said, Bishop won them. I felt so sad. I shed a tear that I delayed too much in searching for him. And today, I must tell you, when I went to see him, he was not on any chain at all. He was on his own. And now he's moving about. We are thinking how to bring him home now. He'll be there all through it. Excellency, I want to thank you just for that. And in the note of Second Vatican Council, the church in the modern world, the human person is at the center of creation. And more than every other thing she has done in terms of charity, this is defense. Because they are helping people who can't help themselves again and bringing them back to life. It's like resurrecting somebody who has died. This is what she has done. And she has mentioned some people who have been helping. Please, what she has done at Intelia, I'm so happy that you are here. You said it belongs to the Reverend Father. Every day we see this problem. At times we are limited by funds and resources. And an umbrellians, I want you to go to that place and see things first. It's not just like it on a clip. We can make that center much more better. What she has done is to light a candle. And one loses nothing by lighting another. A candle loses nothing by lighting another. Please let us go that place. Your Excellency, if I had the money, I will turn the road to that place. If I have the money, I will turn the road to that place, and I will begin to beg all of you more. That was why I came, to see some of you, to see your faces. I'm asking for money from time to time now. I want to go and do the pavement of the compound. I have it in my mind to do. I want to beg money to do that. Your Excellency, thank you for uniting this. Why the life of each one person matters a lot. And this is what is giving me my boyhood friend back again. Every time I go there, I feel so happy. Our good Lord will continue to keep you and bless you for these noble ideas. Our society is failing now because of poverty, difficulty, lack of education, but you have so much way to go. A good number of us should be able to key in and save our people more. Thank you and God bless you.
Our dear mother, Mama Nambra, Chief Doctor Ebelechukwu Obiano, we are here to celebrate you. We are here to thank you for the great work the Lord is using you to do in Anambra State. Our prayer for you is that you will not grow tired. You will grow from strength to strength. And I believe the award given to you by the Sun newspaper will encourage you to do more. I lack words to really express the way I feel. I'm a mother and a woman. You have touched the life of so many women in these states. You have empowered a lot of women and youths. You have put food on the table of many families. So, I believe what we are doing today, that heaven is clapping for you. So, just my word of encouragement is that you should continue to move forward. The Lord is with you. And the resources to achieve more, the Lord will provide. In the name of Jesus. So thank you, and may the Lord bless you.
What we are doing here today will be aired on TV before the year runs out, as we normally do of Sun Award. It will be recalled that some years ago, His Excellency won the Sun Governor of the Year. It was actually the median edition of the Governor of the Year. His Excellency won that award. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we present the award, I will invite my colleague, Femi Baba Femi, to read a little citation of Her Excellency.
She attended Lagos Premier Day School, Lagos State, and Okija Community Secondary School in Anambra State, where she got General Certificate of Education, GCE. She later earned Diploma in Mass Communication from the University of Lagos and Bachelor's degree in History and International Studies from Lagos State University, LASU. She later obtained Associate degree in Real Estate from Lone Star College, Houston, Texas, United States of America, and thereafter further trainings in human and material management in Nigeria, Europe, and the USA. Dr. Mrs. Obiano has worked in many reputable organizations and held sensitive positions in the course of her career. Between November 1991 and May 2010, she worked in various capacities in National Petroleum Investment and Management Services, NAPIPS, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, as catering supervisor, corporate procurement officer, and welfare officer. On several occasions, she represented NAPIPS as material officer in France, USA, and UK on Bonga Field Development Project of SPDC. Before her husband became governor in year 2014, Dr. Mrs. Obiano had been involved in charity programs helping the less privileged. She undertook church welfare projects and was a married counselor among other humanitarian endeavors. It is therefore no surprise that as First Lady of Anambra State, she set up an NGO, Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, in August 2014 to advance her charity programs. Through CAFE, Dr. Mrs. Obiano is fulfilling life passion of caring for the needy and also uses the platform to support the governor in delivering good governance to Ndi Anambra. CAFE has since inception lived up to its aims and objectives and has sustained its vision as beacon of sustainable empowerment for women and the less privileged. Please permit me, if you have to go on, we may spend the next hours reading the citation of Her Excellency. Permit me to please stop here. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Chief Dr. Obiano Okwedike, Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol because of lack of time.
Hello.
You will agree with me that nothing will be said other than the movie, the documentary we have seen. Actually, I just feel there is one thing lacking. particular lady, Chief Dr. Ebelechukwu, Obiano. I must tell you that I am in an NGO, but she plays a lot in it, and that is why I said that something has happened in the government. If all of us were to stay here and be talking about her, I'm sure we wouldn't live here, because she's a lady with a very good heart, and I feel that she will continue. There is no legacy we can live in this world other than what we have done for a human being that is living. So, my dear lady, on behalf of the Sun newspaper, I present this beautiful, honorable, amiable award to you as a legacy. Keep it on your table and always remember what you do for the United States. In Jesus' name. Mrs. Ebelechukwu, First Lady, Anambra State, as most supportive First Lady of the year 2019. The Lord be with you.
Speaker.
You get that one.
One after the other. I am highly delighted to be honored today by the Sun newspaper. They did honor my husband some years back as the best governor of the year. We were there, it took place in Lagos, and a number of people were there in their numbers, and I believe that some of you here were there that day. I am really highly elated because I don't really advertise what I do. Sincerely, when my people tell me let's advertise so you can get more money, I tell them, what if we spend that money to advertise and we don't get more money? What happens? So I shy away from advertisement. But we all know that no matter how discreet something might be presumed to be, or how low you try to play, one day whatever you're doing will come out. And that is why people must do the right thing. Can I have my verse? So we've been doing this thing because I didn't just start it today. I started it way back, like you heard from the clip there. Before I go ahead, I would really like to thank my husband. The MC made mention of, behind every successful woman, there is a man, and everybody busted out laughing. Because what we know is that behind every successful man, there is a woman, a good woman, of course, So, by our reaction to what he said about behind every successful woman, there is a man, showed me that you all are not quite comfortable with that. You don't totally agree with that. But I totally and completely agree with that. My reason is that a married woman can only move forward if her husband supports her. If you want to take a step and your husband says, can you sit down there? You don't have anything to do outside.
Of course you'll not thrive. Of course you'll never make any headway. Of course you'll not get honored the way I am being honored today. So I want to thank my husband from the depth of my heart. My husband, my lover, my greatest confidant, my father, my brother, my everything, all fully packaged from God. I'm giving to Ebelechukwu. 32 years ago, 32 solid years ago, and I'm still looking like I am 20. That tells you I am totally and completely happy with whom God has given me as my senior partner, Chief Willie Mother Obiano. And no matter what happens, darling, sometimes we behave like babies, you know that. Women do. We do sometimes. But no matter how babyish I might be, what I need you to take away anytime, any day, anywhere, is that I, Ebelechukwu, Obiano, that I love you with all my being. Yes, because without him, I wouldn't be going into all the nook and crannies of Anambra State to search for people to help. When I went into all these places, that was when I found out that that open defecation was the order of the day. And that was what informed my building the restrooms in rural markets. At least let the people that come for the market days use the restroom, and the people around also use the restroom. And we also put boreholes in those places so that the community of that area will also benefit from the water. That's what we're doing to help humanity. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. If you are blessed, don't think it's because you're very smart. No. There are people that are smarter, but they have not attained your height. So you should know that God has blessed you so that you can reach out to others. But a lot of people do not understand. And when I see them doling out 2, 3, 4 private jets, I just wonder. And I say, God, if you can even give Ebele 1, 2 private jets, I know what to do with it. I will sell them and I'll begin to touch lives. Because the more lives you touch, the better our society. Those that have armed robbery or stealing or whatever position in them, when they're busy, they will not be able to do those things that we don't want in our environment. But some of these people with a lot of money don't understand it. That's the only way our world can be better. That is the only way we can make heaven. Because I know that this world is a surgeon. I keep saying, whatever keeps telling me who has gone to heaven and who has gone to hell, that you know. They don't come back to tell us, but we should know that we came from somewhere, and that somewhere we're going back to. Because even if you're a citizen of the United States and you're born in Nigeria, you have, where you came from. And I told them that where I am from, I am doing this thing, and they saw our magazines, and they believe and they know that we're doing that. So once this money is coming in from people who don't have relatives that they want to leave their, fortune for, some of them give it to their dogs. But when they know that there are NGOs like this, they dole out whatever they have to. NGOs like that, and we are believing God that very soon we need to get those things, and we'll do more even after my husband leaves office, because I was doing it before he came into office, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. So I thank you all so very much for coming, and may God bless us all. May God bless my wonderful husband so much. My award to the widows of Anambra State, to the less privileged, to the physically challenged, the entire people of Anambra State that I love so much. So I want to thank you all so very much. Let me thank Sun newspaper for the recognition. I really do appreciate it. And that will spur me to do more. I like when I'm doing something, because Indian people say that eto dike na nke o mere eme mee ọzọ and ọ bụrụ ime ọzọ na capacity nke o mere na o mee ya ọkalịa. So I thank you all so much for this award, and I promise you that it's not going to be the end of what I do. You have now, triggered me to begin to do much more than I've ever done, and I thank you all so much. And when you go, you leave here, you get back safely to your destination. Thank you, everyone.
Sunday Smile was the first award I got as a governor in 2015, being the best governor in 2014, the year I took office. And that spurred me to do a lot of things. And since then, I've received 15 other awards, all on gubernatorial areas. So I appreciate you guys. Continue the good work we are doing. And my regards to all my friends that are there. What they do comes unsolicited. If you deserve it, they give it to you. When they tapped my shoulder many years back and said I was due for the award, well, I didn't know their criteria, but I knew that a few of the things they said were germane. And clearly, I was very happy to receive that award. But today is my wife's day. You found her worthy to be conferred if you will, the title of the most supportive governor's wife for the year 2019. I'm sure if you continue to put your crystal ball on her, she will continue to wear that. She will wear it one more time before we leave office. What we're here for, to honor my wife, because of her, if you will, charity work, started many years ago. As a banker, my house in Lagos, my wardrobe will be from that place to that place. And great suits are in there, great shoes and what have you. Most Saturdays, on a Monday will be the time I've discovered that they've gone to that wardrobe to pack 2 or 3 boxes load of suits and shoes. Very expensive ones, they don't know the price. With my daughter, and they will go to less privileged to go and share those items to them. She will tell me that I don't need them. Ask me, when last did you wear this suit? Probably 9 months ago. He said, if you really need them, it's not going to be 9 months ago. But they were especially, people that know me know that I like to wear things made to spec. I also do things to spec. That's why my wife is also very spec. So we started long ago, and each time she does this, she takes my little daughter along, who is now a medical doctor. And they continue. As a medical doctor, last Christmas when I was it last Christmas? Yeah, last Christmas. When I was in Houston, they went downtown. They packed all the things that were in my house, including the chairs that were in my patio. Because some of them, the sun has beaten them, and the little tread bar, some are very good. Beautiful things. They also bought a lot of clothing items. I went downtown. The weather was cold. My son, the fool, went along. My daughter, the doctor, was there. And all of them, they went with my 2 stewards. And when they came back, I tried to find out what they learned from that visit. Starting with my son. And I found it was a good culture that she's actually inculcating in those younger ones, that everybody is not like you that is privileged. that go to school in a car, that live in a posh house, and all everything you want is got for you. There are other people in the society that do not have that privilege. And if you note that, you should be able to assist them. I normally hear people say, okay, I'll do something when I get big or something. No. If somebody is hungry and you buy the guy a food, you've done something. And God will bless you instantly for that. And you won't even know when he does that. So you don't need to be careful to be able to help anybody. Everybody can assist somebody. If you are walking on the street, nobody you know, and you think that this fellow needs something, and you have it, you give the guy that. And God will be recording that to you. I once told the story to Bishop Famatu. So my wife started doing this thing long ago, like I said, and in Anambra, when we became governors, our friends were helping her. Both friends were acquired before being governor, and of course, as a senior banker, we've always had very good friends. People I helped to build up through giving them facilities. When she knows all of them, if she writes them, checks will be flowing, and that's one of the reasons why she's been able to do a few things she's done very well. Let me use this opportunity to clear what the media was saying. I do not give her a couple of government to put in this project. We don't do that. By the way, I'm the only governor in Nigeria that doesn't earn salary. I don't take salary here since I became governor. And but what I do to avoid people challenging me in court that I was evading tax, they will bring out that little money they are supposed to pay governor, and they take tax and they take the balance to Nteje or any of these charities. That's what we've been doing. Why do I not collect salary? What I get as a retired senior banker is far bigger than the salary. Okay, yeah, so like a salary, so 750,000. Once we go down, you know. But where I came from, it's always a deluge of millions of naira a month, not for the year. You know, so we're used to that. So I don't touch the peanut they bring. You know, I donate that peanut to cafe for them to do what they're doing. You know. So the lesson for this evening is, please, wherever you are, you can touch lives. Don't wait to be big. You don't have to be a governor to touch life. You don't have to be wife of a governor to touch life. You can touch life in your little ways, wherever you are. And that's what God challenged us. That whatever you do unto the little ones, you go unto me. You know? So let everybody help. Our street is, we need a lot of people that require a lot of help in the system, in the society. NSAS started probably because of the pressures of the society. There are too many things going on. You know, that people are under stress. You know, and let me also see this opportunity. Please try and take care of your health regularly. My wife and I saw late nights, argue this way, argue that way, bring enclosure to something and so on. It does help. Sometimes if you are lonely, handle this job, you stay in your bed, you turn this way, you turn that way, before you know it this morning. I haven't slept. That's the nature of the work we're in. I laugh when I see people aspiring to be governors. You know, if you want to be a good governor, you have to sacrifice. How many ideally be that? I wish you were. But if you really want to be good, you have to work very hard. Every day I'm thinking about how where will I raise money to pay salaries, pension, gratuity, get my airport project going, get the International Conference Center going, get the Office Stadium going, get a lot of potholes to be patched. Too many things to think about. So you need a reliable partner to be able to be if you will, together to be able to handle those kinds of things.
Let me